It comes down to this book I read a long time ago. I think it's called The Long Hard Road Out of Hell. It was by Marilyn Manson, of all people. Can't believe I'm quoting this guy. The day that I was worth more than what I was charging, do I remember? That's a hard one because, again, it was always more of a gradual thing. So I would say, no, I don't remember it, but I do remember thinking that, you know, I just realized how much work I was doing compared to how much I was making. And I have, in the past several years, come to the understanding that my time is very valuable because everybody wants it. So I can charge premium for my time now. I can say that with no ego. It's just I've built up to this point where what I do has to make sense in an hour's time as far as the money goes in order for me to commit to it. Book publishing doesn't make any sense in that regard. It's more about the volume of what you put out. And in that regard, I'm basing more of my worth on the ability to make my authors happy and myself happy by putting out something creative. So in other words, my worth is tied in not so much to the money, but to the result of putting out something I believe in nowadays. Back then when I started to realize, oh, I need to make more money at this or I won't be able to do it, it was just more like getting the bill at the end of the year and realizing, you know, maybe I should charge more, you know, or take more, I guess, after I became a regular press for royalties. But again, I haven't had any problems. No one's had a problem with it. I think in terms of me, you know, when I worked with authors and stuff and how they knew if I knew what I was doing or not, or if I was sure, it comes down to this book I read a long time ago. I think it's called The Long Hard Road Out of Hell. It was by Marilyn Manson, of all people. Can't believe I'm quoting this guy. Nothing against him, nothing against his fans. I certainly liked his music back in the day when, you know, everybody wore goth makeup and thought they were, I don't know. Anyways, but he wrote in his book about his band, you know, when they were doing shows in Florida, when they were just a local band down there, and they wanted to be considered headliners. If you want to be a headliner, you have to act like a headliner. That doesn't mean you have to be cocky or arrogant. You just have to present yourself as that. I, believe it or not, have applied that philosophy to everything I do in life. That, you know, when I was in a band, that's exactly what we did. I treated my band like a headliner, and we headline shows as a result. We almost never not headline shows. And then on top of that, in the same sense, when I work with authors, I project confidence the whole way. Even back when I was working with my first author, yes, I didn't know necessarily what I was doing. I was honest with my first author, but after her, pretty much I wanted to put up this guard that says, hey, I know what I'm doing, because why should these authors at that time give me all this money and I don't know what I'm doing? I wouldn't do that. Even if you were honest and told me like, hey, I don't know what I'm doing. Well, that's cool. I'm not giving you my money then. But for me, it's about connection. Most people that meet me, they trust me because I am so transparent, and I'm also very much a person of my word. So what I say, I do. So in that sense, when I worked with these authors, it was about, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm just going to do it. Now, what I didn't tell them, I was just, I'm not sure if I should, but I'm just going to do it. I projected the first part, and they didn't hear the second part. It wasn't their business, and if I had said that, it would have just distilled, it would have taken out any confidence they had in me. So what would have been the point? And again, going back to Manson's philosophy, I want to be the headliner, and I've always wanted to be the headliner, and I still want to be the headliner. So in that sense, without sounding arrogant or cocky, and I truly am not, I would say it's more about projecting this idea that you are in charge or you're in control at all times, even if you're not. You should always give off the image of success, no matter what. And I think that's really helped me being an entrepreneur, because it also ties into me being transparent. It might seem contradictory, but it isn't. I do have that confidence. It may be wrapped up in a few questions, but I throw all of this out to somebody, and usually most people reciprocate with thank you for just being a human being, not trying to sell me snake oil, but to actually tell me this is what you're going to do. And then when I follow through with it, especially like if I'm doing a whole bunch of things and I follow through with the first thing, super happy. Then it's like instant trust, and it should be, because I'm not going to screw them over. And I think that's been my business philosophy ever since. It's why I have that confidence, why I'm able to work with people.